Okay, let's start working in the report section of Power BI and take a look in the different visualizations which Power BI provide inbuilt in it. So here is the sample sales data which we were using earlier. I've included both the sample data and the Power BI report which I will be creating in the section, so you can download it and also play with all the data and visualizations which we will be creating right now. But I will suggest you to create your own report and work with the different visualizations along with me. So let's start. First of all, as you can see, there are various inbuilt charts up here. So let's start working with a bar chart. So we'll take this clustered column chart and now we will add data in it. So Power BI is quite smart to let it itself know to add which column to which field. So if you click on the country column, it will automatically add in the axis field, so you don't have to add it by dragging it. If you also, you can try and drag it just like this, or if you don't want, you have to just simply click on the sales and it will automatically add in the appropriate field panel. So this is the first bar chart which we have added. Let's add another. We can continue working on the same data, but we can change the chart type as well. Like we can add it in this vertical form, we can make it the line chart or this chart. We can do it with all the other visualizations as well. So for now, let's make it this line and clustered column chart. The good thing about line and clustered column chart is along with these data in the y-axis and in the x-axis, we can also add another line in it, and the values of line will be shown up here in the right side. So let's add another field that will be quantity order and drag it in the line values. So let me zoom it a bit, and as you can see, the line values are shown here appropriately. So this was the bar charts which Power BI added. Now let's add a tree map. Here is this visual is called a tree map. Now let's add some values in it. So we have this various products. I'll add products, and along with this product, we want to know how much sales each product has done overall. So I'll just simply click on the sales, and as you can see now, let me zoom it. The greater this area, the more the sales it has done. So when you hover on it, you can see the sales amount classic cars have done. When you hover on the vintage cars, you will see the total sales it has done, and the last value will be with the least sales. So this will arrange very nicely in this format. So this is called a tree map. Let me just make it okay. So now this looks okay. So next we should add a pie chart. So we all know we have worked with pie charts very well. So let's add fields in it. We'll add sales, and we want to know the sales by deal size. What was the deal size of sales? So if you can see now, the medium deal size has the highest number of value. If you hover on it, it will show you values in the numbers as well as in percentage. You can see the 60% up here. So we can always hover on them. We can also add the values shown up here along with this large, medium and small. I'll show you later how to format all these charts so they look very good in that format. As of now, just simply take a look on all these charts. So this was our pie chart. Okay, now let's add a gauge. A gauge is used to show the difference between the current value in comparison with the maximum value or the target value. If you have any data where you have a target and you have the current value which you have achieved, so you can compare it with the gauge format. So let's add our total sales in it. We don't have any target value or the maximum value, so it will show in this format. If you have any maximum value or a target value, just simply drag them here and it will show the target value or the maximum value up right here. So this shows the our gauge format. Let me just resize them a bit. The good thing about Power BI is you can always click on any chart and it will all the other charts will be drilled up as of the values which you click on it. So when you click on the small, it will show the values of the small in the other charts as well. Now let's add a table or a matrix. A table is a very good format because you can show so many of the data in it itself, and it's a really good way to present data in a table format. Let me just show you itself. So here I've added the table field. Now let me add the product names. It's product line here. Now the next one will be the customer name. I'll add the customer name here, then I'll add the sales here, and finally the how much quantity which is been ordered. So if I zoom it a bit, you can see the product, the customer, sales and quantity. You can always resize the column width just by dragging it like this. So this was our table. Let me just add it like this and make it a bit more large. Okay, so that was our table. Now another good visual which Power BI has inbuilt is this card format. If you want to just show a particular overall number, you can always show it in a card. Card will overall show the total number of this. For example, in our case, we want to know the total number of sales, the amount of sales in a particular value. You can just simply add card in it and add sales. So here it is. It is showing the total sales which has been done. This is our sales value. Now let's add the filters. Filters are very important in Power BI. All the drilling down, the filtering of various charts is done by the filters only. So filters are really very important to add. Here it is a slicer to slice our data. Let's just click on the slicer, and suppose we want to filter it by the status of our products. So I'll add status in the field. So as you can see right now, these are the total statuses. Let me just make it make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it easily here. So as you can see, it is showing cancelled, disputed, in process, and also it is showing blank. Blank is nothing, they are just a blank values which we have in our Excel table. So we can always remove this blank from here. What you have to do is just click on this status and add it in the visual level filters or in the page level filters. When you add here, just select all and uncheck the blank field. So we will see all the status here. Now Power BI in its recent update has made this slicer look up quite good. So for that, just we'll make this in the horizontal format. So this will look just like this. Okay, let's just make it a little bit bigger so that you all can see. I'll change it to 16. I'll change the color to black. So that's it. So this was our first tab of our Power BI report. We have used so many different visuals. Now let's make another tab. Okay, so as of now, just practice with these visualizations and we'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you. Okay, so we have created one tab here. Now let's create another and add some more visualizations. So to add another page, we'll just simply have to click on this plus and it will give us a blank page. So firstly, I want to tell you an important thing is that in each and every visual, as you see here, if you click on them, they have different field sections here. Like for bar graph, it shows access, legend, value, color. For any pie chart, it will show different fields. For any scatter chart, it will show different fields. So I strongly recommend you to go to each and every chart up here and see what kind of fields they require, and try to play with the data by putting the values in different fields here. This will really help you understand it very well, that what kind of chart requires what kind of data to be put up here in this fields panel. Okay, so coming back to our lecture, let's just create some more visuals. So first, okay, we have selected this scatter chart. Let's add some values in it. So first of all, let's add country in the details section. Now we have to, it is required to fill this x-axis and y-axis. So in the x-axis we want to see the sales values. Let me just make it in the focus mode, and in the y-axis I want to add the total number of quantities ordered. So here in the x sales it is showing in the x-axis, in the y it is showing the quantity ordered, and we have these scattered bubbles everywhere. If you have, this is just sample small data. If you have large data, it will, all these bubbles will be scattered all over this place. Now another good part of this scatter chart is provides this different fields for size and this color saturation play axis. So if I want to make these bubbles size increase or decrease on the basis of their sales, I just have to put this sales in the size field, and now you can see the bigger size, which is country USA, having the most number of sales, has the biggest bubble up here, and the lowest bubble, smallest bubble, is in the last. Now what I want to see is, on the basis of dates, there should be an play axis on it. So let me just show you live how this works. Now I have this order date and I'll add it into the play axis. Now let me show you how good this really works. As you can see in the bottom, there is a play axis from 2003, which was the first date of our data, to 2005. So this is a play axis. So when you click on this play button like this, now it, as per the dates, it is showing which country is going having the most sales as of date. So it will just simply go just like this into each and every day. We can of course filter these on the basis of months or years. As of now it is showing the total number of days each day, so it will take a long time from going from 2003 to 2005. But this is a really very handy and a very rich visual if you want to show the data going on the basis of time. So this is really very handy tool. I really suggest you to use this if you have any time values as well. So this is how it works. I'll pause it for now and we'll go back. Just let me make it bigger. I'll let you know some more formatting in this visual in our coming sections. So next, just let's add an area chart. Area chart is simply a line chart, but in place of the lines, the area will be totally filled with color. So country, and I'll add some price and the total quantities ordered in the values section. So these are total quantities ordered. Let me open it in the focus mode so you can see easily. These are the countries and these are the total quantities of ordered of the products. Now let me add the price of each. So we can add multiple in the value section. So now this field is really very handy if you want to compare between two fields. So now in the legend, as you can see, it is showing the price of each product and the quantities ordered. So in each country we can see the comparison. If I just click on the area chart, it will show it in the total area will be filled. So this is our area chart. Let me add a bar chart. It is a clustered bar chart, and I'll add a total customers names and total sales done by the customers. Here it is. We can easily just scroll down here, all the way down to all the way up. Pretty easy. Waterfall chart is very important chart when you want to make comparisons on the basis of your sales if your sales data is increasing or decreasing, it will show the breakdown of values. So let's add our, on the basis of country, I want to see the increase or decrease of our sales. So I'll click on sales, and when you see, as you can see now, these are the total countries, and the biggest bar is showing the highest number of sales. If we have any values in the negative, this green will be turned into the red, which will show the decrease. So as of now we don't have anything in the negative, so it is showing all the green bars only. So this was our tutorial on the inbuilt visualizations which Power BI provide. In the next section we will learn how to format them, because it's really very important. These visuals won't look very good if you just keep them as it is. We really want to format them so that they look pretty good, and Power BI provides a lot of things to format them and make them really good. Thank you guys for being with me till here. I would really appreciate if you would take some time out to leave your review. That would be really helpful for this course. So till that time, keep learning, keep practicing Power BI, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Hi. So we have created our first report in Power BI. So now let's learn how you can apply filtering in these visuals. So we have already used this slicer here. If we click on any of these value, like in process, we will see the filtered values or the sliced values as per what we click. So these will be filtered on the basis of what we click. Now, along with these, there is another thing which is provided right here in the bottom. Suppose you want to filter some values only from a particular chart. For example, this particular bar chart. As you can see, this bar chart have all the values of all the countries having total sales. So now what your requirement here is, you want to see the sales only between from $200,000 to $2 million. Right now it is showing from the lowest, which is as you can see $57,000 to maximum, which is $3.6 million. What our requirement is, we want to filter it. We want to see only those countries whose values are lying between $200,000 to $2 million. So this is provided in Power BI. You have to really learn this, because this is something which you might need in your day-to-day reporting. So just click on the particular chart, and in the below these fields values, you will see this filter section. So whatever values which you have used are automatically can be seen up here. Okay, these are called visual level filters. So we will do filtering on the basis of only visual level. So what we want is, we want to filter out sales value. So now when you click on this particular arrow, it will ask us from between which values we want to show the data. So our condition is, we want to see the data between, it should be greater than 200,000 and it should be less than or equal to 2 million, just like this. And when you click on apply filter, here it is. Here is our filtered chart. The filtering is applied only on this particular chart, so it is showing values only between, this is the lowest value, which is 202,000, and this is the highest, which is 1.2 million, between 200,000 to $2 million. So this is how you can apply the filter. There are many things like less than equal to, greater than equal to, by which you can apply this filtering. Okay, now let me show you how you can there are also other ways of applying filtering in various charts. So let me jump to my second page, and suppose this bar chart having so many values, and we don't want to see all of these, as we have to scroll down all the way to the bottom, we want to see some particular values. Okay, so there are two ways. First of all, we want to see some particular customer, so for that we'll just simply click on the arrow and we'll see all the names of the customer. And right now we just want to see some 5, 6, 7 customers only, so we can just simply click on their names and it will keep on adding on these bars. But if you want to do some different kind of filtering, like you want to see, suppose I want to see the top 10 customers having the most sales. Okay, so I want to see the top customers. So to do this, we have to click on this particular bar, and we can see this advanced filtering, basic filtering, top end filtering. We have used the advanced filtering in our last bar chart where I've used this. Now we have seen this basic filtering, and now let's use the top end. Top end means the top values which we want to filter. Now I want the top 10 customers having the most sales, so I have clicked on top. Now it is asking me to show items top. I will add 10, and by values I'll simply drag sales up here, and when we click on apply filter, here it is. Here is our top 10 customers. Another thing which I want to tell you is we can sort these customers from highest to lowest. As you can see, these 3 ellipses here, just these are the more options. When you click on it, it will give you some features. So when you click on sort by sales, these will be sorted by sales. So the Euro shopping channel, mini gifts, these are our top customers having the most sales. We can also sort them by from lowest to highest or highest to lowest. So these are some of the ways of filtering in Power BI. Filtering is really very important part to drill down, to make our reports more with more rich content. So I hope you have understood this. If you have really any kind of doubt related to filtering, feel free to ask me in the QA section. As of now, thank you, and we'll continue on the next lecture. Okay, so we have seen how to add visuals in our report, how to add filtering on them. Now let's learn one of the most important part of Power BI, which is drilling down. So drilling down in a visual or in a report means to go in depth of that particular visual, to know more about that visual. So suppose let's take this bar chart of ours. So it is right now having customer name and their sales value. Now suppose our requirement is we want to know which country from where our customers belongs to. Okay, so we'll add this country on top of the customer name. So now this is what it is showing. The sales are showing on the basis of the countries. Let me zoom it in Australia, France, Singapore and UK. And now we want to know which countries are having our customers. So to do that, we have these big small buttons right here, these arrow buttons. I'll let you know about each and every one of them. So first of all, this button, this will show us the next hierarchy. Next hierarchy means our next hierarchy is customer name. So when we click on that, now it is showing the customer name, overall customers names from all the countries. Suppose there are 4 or 5 hierarchies up here, so it will one by one go to the next hierarchies. The next button up here is expand down one level in the hierarchy, all down to one level. So what it will show is, when you click on it, it will let you know all the hierarchies from that first particular hierarchy. So suppose your first hierarchy was country, so it will show you the country name right here, and it will show you which country is having which customers. So Spain is having Euro shopping, US is having mini gifts, Australia having Australian collectors. So it will expand all of them and show all of them together, while this one will just go to the next level. So this is a difference between these two. But we don't need, suppose our requirement is different, we just want to see the customers only of USA. Right now what it is showing us all the customers of all the different countries. We want to see just this particular bars. Okay, so to do that we have to click on this button. This shows drilling down. When we click on this will activate, and now when we click on USA, just like this, it will drill down to the various customers it is having. One thing to note is that all the other charts have also been filtered on the value, on the basis of what you have clicked. So you have clicked on USA, so it is showing values of only USA, the price and quantity of USA, the sales of USA. As you can see here, USA. We can go back by clicking on this. When you click on Spain, it will show you values of Spain customers. So this is how you drill down in any of the visuals. So this is not only possible in this bar chart only, you can drill down in many other visuals also. As I said, many other visuals, because not in all visuals we can drill down, but in many of those. So when you click on this pie chart, it will also show you how to drill down. So as you can see, all these countries, when you click on any country, it will show you the values of the customers, just like this. When you go up, it will show you various customers. So this is really very important part of Power BI, to know how to drill down effectively. So there are these three different ways of drilling down. First is this, to go just to the next level, to drill down overall together with the total visual, total number of things which we are having, and the final is to drill down to a particular data point. I hope you have understood this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the QA sections anytime.
Welcome back. So in this lecture, we will learn about conditional formatting in Power BI. So one of the good news here is that in the May 2018 update of Power BI, they have released a very good feature in conditional formatting. So I will be covering that feature of conditional formatting in this tutorial as well. So conditional formatting allow you to format the cells of any particular column on the basis of any condition which you apply. So let's see how conditional formatting works in Power BI. So I have this sample table created here of my customer name, and their sales is in front of them. So I want to do a conditional formatting, apply conditional formatting on the sales number. So for that, if I'll have to go to my format pane and have to click on the conditional formatting. Once you do that, you will see these options. So background color scales and font color scales. So you can apply this from the drop down, all the columns which you have in the table, you can apply this formatting on any one of them. Suppose I have to apply formatting on my sales. So when I click on sales, these three options will come up: font, background color scales, font color scale, and data bars. So because this is a numerical column, so I can create data bars here. So when I click on it, it will automatically create the data bars based on the value. So this one is having very high sales value, so it is showing a very high bar. Then this is almost negligible, this is a normal bar. So this will create a bar values like this. We can same created the background colors as well. So right now this is taking the formatting is done by the default values. We can of course change it by our own format, by our own conditions. So to do that, once you have click on turn on the background color scale, you have to go to advanced controls. Now here's the drill. After you have click on advanced control, you will see this pop up. So earlier, before May 2018, you just have these particular features up here, which shows the format blank values and the minimum to maximum values. So suppose I can take my minimum value as any number, so my lowest value can be anything. I can apply it here, or I can turn it to any lowest value to red and the highest value to this color. So this is the default color which has been applied here. I can apply any number here. So my lowest value will be anything like let's say I have to apply on any particular number. Suppose I'll take a number from here which is 16560. I mean any number you can take here, so you can apply any number here. I'll just not show you this because this isn't that important. You can apply any number. When you click on diverging, you will have a middle color as well, so white. So when you click OK, you can have a middle color as well. So let me show you. I think the OK, so I haven't click on OK. There you go. So once I've done that, you can see some light white shade here in my data bars. Now here is the important feature in conditional formatting. So this is how you can do it from minimum to maximum. You can create the gradient of colors. Now suppose there is the second method of conditional formatting is color by rule. So when I check it here, I can apply the if else condition in my formatting. So this if else condition will only be applied to the numbers up here. So I'm applying on the sales column here. So suppose if my sales value is greater than or equal to 20,000, I want to turn it somewhat like this. I'll apply any one more here. Suppose if my sales value is greater than let's say greater than, I'll make this less than 50,000, and if my value is greater than 50,000, let's turn it to 0. And so if my value is greater than 50,000, I'll make it blue. So if it is greater than 20 and less than 50,000, it should show this color. If it is greater than 50, it should show this color. So I can apply these rules here. When I click on OK, my formatting will be done. So as you can see, I have applied only two conditions. So some columns have been left blank, but you can try working on this and you can apply as many conditions as you want. I want to just show you the demo, so how this thing works. So all the values from 20 to 50 have been turned to red, and greater than 50,000 have been turned to blue. And the third way to apply the conditional formatting here is to format cells with color based on any value. So suppose I want to color this particular my column of my customer name based on the sales column. So before May 2018, this feature was not available to apply conditional formatting on any column based on any other column's values. Now so we can do that. This is very useful. Suppose I want to apply conditional formatting on customer name. I'll click on background and then I will apply. So this will ask me to apply color to customer name. This is showing what I've checked right here. So I want to apply color based on, so I can select any column from here. So let me show you how this thing works. So I have a particular measure here, a flag measure. As you can see, it shows that if my sales value is greater than 50,000, then the value should be 1. If it is not, then the value should be 0. So if I take it in my table, you will see what this really means. So all these values, first, second and third, is less than 50,000, so they are 0. This value is greater than 50,000, so the flag is showing 1. 1 1 0 1 0 0. So this is how this flag has been applied. So now how I will use it in my conditional formatting, let's see. So I want to apply customer names. On customer name, I have to apply the conditional formatting. Now the condition here is, if my sales flag is 1, then the customer name should be highlighted to any particular color like blue, and if it is 0, then it should be red. So I have this sales flag column here. All I want to do is, on the basis of this column, I have to apply formatting on this. I'll turn it on. I will color based on, I will choose my column which is sales flag. That's it. So the this has been done. Color is red and blue. So when I click on OK, there you go. This is how this works. So all my 1 values here are turned to blue, and the rest of the values are red. So in this way we can apply this conditional formatting on text columns as well, which was not available previously if you have worked on this. But if you're doing this for the first time, then you can try working on this feature, which is quite useful. So this is how you can apply conditional formatting. So it's quite handy, the different ways of applying conditional formatting in Power BI. I want you to please try all of these different types of formatting features, because they would be very useful when you will work on this. And if you find any kind of doubt, just simply ask me and put it in the QA section. If along with the query, I'll be happy to help you with all of your queries. So keep on working and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.
Alright, so let's talk about a very important feature of Power BI, that is drill through between the tabs. Drill through between the tabs in simple language, it will help us to filter out same values in multiple tabs. So if there are same values in page 1 and we want to see the filter in page 2 as well for the same value, we can use that. So for example, when I click here on Australia in this table, I can see that all these values have been changed on the basis of Australia. But if we want to see these changes in page 2 as well, this is not possible directly. So Power BI has provided very good feature here called drill through between the tabs. So let me show you how it works. So when you if you want, so suppose I have added this country field here, so let's work on country only. So I'll just simply drag this country in the drill through filters. Once it is here, I can use the drill through filter. Important part here to note is you cannot really work only by adding drill through filter in only one page. If you want to drill through from page 1 to page 2, keep a note that you have to add this same field in page 2 as well. Alright, so now both of our pages are having same drill through filter. So now if I select any of these countries, suppose I want to see for Australia, I will right click on it, and when I right click I will see this drill through filter, and when I click on page 2, bam, there we go, it has been already been filtered for Australia. As you can see, this waterfall chart is showing values only for Australia. Here it is for Australia, so it have been filtered only for Australia. If you go down here, you can see the drill through filter have already been checked only to Australia. So I'll clear the filter and I can select it for any other country. So suppose we can choose Spain here, and we'll see the values of Spain. There it is. So that's how drill through filter works. We can add as many drill through filters as we want. Suppose I have chosen countries here, we can filter through product lines and so many more. So now I have to add this product in page 2 as well. There we go. So now if I click on, suppose I want to know about motorcycles, I'll right click on it. I want to drill through on page 2. Now I will see all the sales value of motorcycle in page 2. So this is how it works. As you can see, it has been filtered. Country is USA, product is motorcycles, because that's what we have selected. We have selected country here USA and product motorcycle. So whatever we will choose drilling in page 1, we can apply it to page 2 as well. So this comes really very handy when you have suppose 7 or 8 tabs up here and you want to see changes from your page 1 filter to page 8 filter. So you can simply do this. So this is how drill through filter works. I hope that helps, and we'll continue in the next lecture. Alright, so suppose there are certain cases when you want to filter out for certain values, but when you click on a particular field, suppose I want to filter out for this customer name. When I click on this, as you can see, all of these fields are particularly grayed out.
because that doesn't really make much sense. What really we want to say is that for this particular customer name, all I want to see is how much sales this particular customer have made. So what I really want to do is I just want to make the interaction for this table between these particular card visual and gauge visual, but I don't want any kind of interaction of this particular table with this pie chart or this bar chart or this tree map. So we can remove those interactions between these multiple visuals. So to do that, first of all you have to click on the particular visual from whom you have to remove interaction. So I'll click on the table, then I'll click on the, we have this different tabs up here: home, view, modeling, help, format. So what you have to do is simply click on format, and here you can see this option of edit interactions. So this is how it will help you to change how visuals interact with different visuals. So when you click on it, you will see these different icons have been popped up on each and every visual. So as of now interactions are on for each visual, but what you want is that for this particular table pie chart should not have any interaction. So I'll click on this particular circle. Same goes with this. I also don't want interaction with this, and I also don't want. So when all the things are done, you have to again click on edit interactions. So once you will do that, and if you click on any of this, now you can see the value of sales have been changed, but these graphs haven't changed anything because we have removed the interactions from them. So this is how interactions work, and this will really be very helpful if you don't want to have any interaction between certain graphs of the same page. So we'll continue in our next lecture. As of now, thank you. Welcome back. So in this lecture I will tell you about a very interesting feature of Power BI, which is the Q&A feature. So Power BI is really very advanced in this particular about this particular feature, which is we can actually ask a question from our data just by typing it. We don't have to create any kind of visualization. All we have to do is just simply type in and ask a question. So earlier Power BI service or Power BI web has this feature of asking a question just by typing in, but recently Power BI has provided this option of just typing in your question and they will visualize it automatically. So Power BI uses natural language query to ask a question about your data. So using this natural language feature, all you have to do is just simply type in your query and it will automatically visualize it. So as of now, direct query connection, this is not available. For live connection, this feature is not available, and it supports English language only, but it is very interesting. Now let me show you how this works. So all you have to do is simply just click here on this button, ask a question, or you can do is just double click here in your canvas. So this is what it will comes up. So now to ask a question about your data, just simply type in. So suppose I have a sales data, so I want to ask what is my sales for country, let's say what is my sales for different countries in a pie chart or in a bar chart. There you go. So it will create a bar chart for me just like this. So let me type another query here. So let's say sales by country, where country equals to USA. So if you can use the where clause to apply all the filtering. So I can type in any kind of country, like country equals to France, So I will see the sales up here and my status equals to shipped. So now it is showing the sales where the status is shipped. So this is the different ways to apply to use the Q&A feature of Power BI. You can just play with it, type in different kind of questions, and the natural language will identify what you really want to ask it. So I want to see the sales where status equals to shipped. So when my status is shipped, this is my 9.29 million of sales is what I have got. Now let's say I want to see the status, different kind of status in a pie chart. I will type count of status in a pie chart or in a line chart or anything. I mean different, you can use as many type of visualizations and as many type of ways to just ask your question, and it will frame as per your need. So this is how easy it is to do this particular thing. So I hope you have understood how Q&A feature works. Just try to ask your questions from your own data and you will be really pretty amazed to see how this thing really works. So that was all about it, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Hi. So let's get started with this lecture. In this lecture, we will learn about data modeling in Power BI. So data modeling allow you to connect data from various sources and then link them together or join them together to model your data. So suppose you have a data from different APIs or a data from different databases, and they have a common primary key which is common in all of their tables. So you can join them just like we can do that in SQL. We can join them in Power BI as well. So here it is pretty simple to model your data, and let's see how you can do that. So suppose I have this sample data, quantity, rating and sales data. So I have these three. So if I want to create a table, suppose taking my product name from here and my sales from here and something from here. So as you can see, this is not showing the real data. You can see the sales is repeating in everywhere because the data has not been modeled yet, or the tables have not been joined yet so far. So first we need to merge, we need to link all the tables together. We need to create relationship between the tables. Once this relationship will be created, then we will be able to use these data from various data sources or tables together. So to do that, what you have to do is click on this relationship part, and you can see all the tables from various sources up here. So you will see this view. So here are my three tables. Now important thing here is that there should be one common column, one primary column which is common in all three of them. So in all of your data, suppose in this quantity table I have this order number common, which is my primary key. In the ratings as well as in the sales data, I have my order number common. So if I have a common column, I can create a good relationship between all of my data. So to do that, all you have to do is simply drag here to this point. So from the column to column you have to drag it just like this. Now if I have to create a relationship between these two as well, I can do that as well. One thing to note here is I can't create a relationship between these two because I have already created a relationship here. So this will turn into dashed line because a direct relationship cannot be created because we have created an indirect relationship between them. So I'll delete this one. So we have our relationship created here. You can see that, and when we view our data right now you can see we have our actual sales and values, sales value, rating value. So after the relationship has been created, all of my data I can take from all of my data sources. So this is how you have to model your data in Power BI and easily create relationships. So once this relationship has been created, there are certain things which you have to make sure of. So for that you have this option here, manage relationships. Just click here. This will show you all the relationship which has been created in your data. So I have two relationship created, as you can see, one here, another here. So it is showing me two relationship. Now Power BI can also automatically auto detect the relationship once the data has been loaded. If not, you can always create a relationship just like I have created by dragging the line from one column to another column. Now, one more thing I want to tell you here is the cardinality and cross filter direction. Just like in SQL Server, there we can create a relationship one to one, many to one, or one to many kind of relationship. This kind of cardinality can also be created in Power BI, where we can create relationship from many to one, or one to many, or just one to one. Okay, now we can also have this. We also have this option of cross filter direction, which as of now is selected as both. We can create single as well. So what difference does this cross filter direction make? Let me tell you. So I have this one table. Okay, I will create another table here, and suppose let me just create a samples table here. Product name and the quantity order, just two things. Okay, I will let me just make the values much more bigger so you can see. And my second table will just show the order number and rating. I can use the format painter to change the size of the values. So now you can see my two tables have been created. Okay, so now let me tell you how cardinality work here. Right now my cardinality has been set to both. Okay, you can see here both. For my quantity table and my sales table, and for my rating and quantity table also, cardinality has been set to both. So by both, this thing means is, if I click on cell here, this will filter values from here as well. Okay, and if I click let me just take it here, and if I click any value from here, order number 10044, you will see the value of that order only, that is which is showing classic car order quantity order 48. So this is showing cross filter. If I click on motorcycles, so right now this table will show only the values of motorcycles and other will be filtered out. So this is cross filtered in both direction, from here to here and from this table to this table. All right, so this was for both. If I make it just single, so for my quantity and rating table, if I set my cardinality to single, you will see this option, the filter direction selected isn't valid for this relationship. Okay, so you will get this kind of errors sometimes, that you cannot just create a single cross filter direction, but in some cases you will have this feature available of single filter direction, where if you click on just one of the table like this one, this will filter out values from this, but if you click on this table, and then this will not filter any of these values. So that will be cross cardinality of single type only. Right now it has been set to both. So this is how cardinality works in Power BI. So that was all the things you need to know about modeling in Power BI, and keep on working. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you. Okay, so far we have learned some basic visualization, basic formatting and all. Now
all of this work has been done for the Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Suppose we want to see these changes, suppose we want to format our report on mobile level. As you know that Power BI reports can also be seen on Power BI mobile app, and we want to edit it or format it as per our needs for the mobile view. So we can do that thing also in Power BI desktop only. So to do that, let's just quickly jump into it. We will click on the view section here, view, and you can see here the phone layout. Alright, so once you will click on the phone layout, it will switch on to the phone layout section, and this will pop up, and this is our phone view, and we can add all the visuals which we have added. You can see here we can pin them to our phone view. So suppose at the very first, what we really want is our slicer should be there. So I'll make it in the horizontal and my slicer will be added. You cannot simply click on any of these because this is just a preview image which we will see in our phone. Okay, now suppose I want my table to be seen second. There we go, I'll make it bigger, or maybe I'll put my table below and I should make my gauge second and my pie chart also there. Let's just make it a little bit smaller and make my pie chart a bit bigger. There you go. Okay, so my filter is there, my two visuals are there, I've added my table. Now let's make this particular bar chart here, and my tree map should be here. Okay, I'll make it just like this. And where should I put this sales value? So I think I should remove this particular from here. So to remove, suppose I want to remove this particular visual from here, I just have to simply click on the cross button, and now I can add this particular card here. I can change its size just like this, and now I can simply make this one bigger, make it lower, and add my gauge up here and make it bigger as well. So this is how my Power BI report would look like. This is just a preview. I am pretty sure it would look much better than this in the real mobile view. We will work more on the mobile app later on, but as of now, this is how you can format for the mobile layout on Power BI desktop only. So thank you for now, and we'll continue in the next lecture.